We're live.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to... Yes, we do have sound.
Okay, good.
Welcome back to Changeling the Lost Smoky Mountain Wilds. I am William Orshani, and I am your storyteller for this Changeling the Lost 2nd Edition Chronicle. And joining me today, we have Austin.
Hello, I'm Austin, and I am playing Lisa and Frank, who are beastkin, and Lisa's a polychromatic, and Frank is a lethopomp.
Yes.
Yep.
Yay! I know words.
And Julia.
Hi, I'm Julia, and I'm playing Cassandra Scott, the elemental polychromatic. Now Austin's tripping me up. It's also not the fact that I play like 9 games a week. It's fine.
Right, yeah.
No, it's definitely my fault. If you ever need someone to blame, I am always there for you.
I'll keep that in mind.
Marlena will definitely keep that in mind.
Blame this person.
I already
name that I used to know. And Jeremy.
Hi, I'm Jeremy. I am playing Marlena Dubois, or Jackson Montgomery, who is a Ferris Chatelaine who may or may not be murdering somebody in heels tonight, and it might be one of these people. We'll see.
Yay!
Don't you shrug. You know who you are.
The problem is they don't.
Okay, true. That is the problem, but...
And Drevian.
Drevian, I'm playing Frisian, the Darkling Hunterheart, that might join in on the murder.
Cool.
Might?
I think
depends
you
on-
should it.
It depends on where Frisian is at the time.
Oh, that's fair. That's fair.
Frisian does have a job now. And Katie.
Hi, I'm Katie. I play Joe Arbor, who is an elemental notary. And murder? Maybe?
It might also be murdering some NPCs, too. We'll see.
We're keeping our murder options open.
Yes.
Murder.
As always, Black Lives Matter, trans rights are human rights, eat the rich.
Fuck Vince McMahon. I'm not kidding. 24/7,
Yeah.
365. That's a thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
366 is the leap year.
He gets Christmas off.
He gets Christmas off on leap years.
Sure. Yes.
Once every 4 years, we let go of the hating of Vince McMahon just for Christmas, so we can
Just for Christmas.
Ceasefire.
But when last we left off, the
Only good choices were made.
yes, from a certain perspective, that being the wrong one.
From a very delusional perspective.
When last we left off, the group had done scouting and made plans for how to handle the fetches. Meanwhile, another group, individual, I should say, who is a group into themselves, was trying to figure out and make plans on how to
Make things worse for them.
a way into Arcadia. Seeking a number of mysterious substances and objects. Frank and Lisa tried to make their way into a deal with the Hunter Hare, an individual who is known to wander the twisting byways of the hedge and knows its paths more than most.
Frank and Lisa were like, I fucked up. How can I make this situation worse?
For more people.
Lisa only wants to help.
Nile is more than a river in Egypt. In fact, it is a character concept.
Again, it is written on my character page. I believe actually under the concept, yes.
Fantastic.
Been there since day one.
But with that, I believe the group was about to split up again, if I'm remembering the end of last session correctly.
I remember there being somebody got. Why am I blanking on everybody's name?
Oh, end of last session.
It's not like they weren't just said.
We were
It wasn't one of the ones that was just said though.
we at the end of last session we were going to group back up.
Tyr,
because we ended with
Tyr got a phone call. Tyr got a phone call.
Yeah, and Frisian calling a very drunk Marlena.
I was
right.
I almost said I was drunk, and then I thought, I'd even not knowing the situation. Of course, I was.
I forget what exactly we left off on. Was it after the call?
It pretty much, I think, if I'm remembering correctly, which is, yeah, like we got the phone call, or it's Tyr called. Tyr called Cassandra, or somebody relayed that the information had been like found out. We had gotten Winter's involvement, and we were drinking at the
Commons.
At the Commons.
That's right. You had all gone to the Commons to work to get assistance from Winter on this.
Winter, yeah. And it then I think it was Cassandra got a text or a phone call or something from because Tyr had gotten a phone call from Fixer or whoever was doing the background work about like it's like, okay, we're ready to go, basically.
Right.
Okay. I just looked at the last video, and my literal quote was, "One of you waiting for your ride back," which is Trevian, or which is Frisian, because they were at work. A bunch of you about to be driven back by Cassandra, which is the rest of you at the
Commons.
who are all going back to rest, and one of you sleeping in the hedge, which is Frank and Lisa.
I would assume so. Clearly, that's Marlena.
Jackson. It could be arranged for Jackson to be sleeping in the hedge.
See, the way when you
It
say
could
it like
also
that,
be
it sounds
arranged
like
for your
sleeping with
body
the
to be
fishes.
6 feet under.
When you say it
I
like,
bet Jackson would rather be sleeping with the fishes than in the hedge.
Yep. You are not lying.
but all of you eventually make your way back and have a night, unless anything needed to happen. I don't think it did, but
I mean, lots of things need to happen, but there's preparations for that.
yeah. The next day comes, and you all eventually find yourselves awake. Plans are in motion, I believe, or rather that prep was ready and it was time to receive plans, or at least
Right.
Yeah.
From, from Fixer. So all of you are presumably gathered in the same place when Fixer arrives, except for the one obvious outlier.
Right.
I can stay out lying.
And as Fixer walks in, I'm assuming to the mansion, and sort of looks across the group of you. All right. We've got their general itinerary, and we've got the layout of their area. I have their general daily habits, and I've hacked into their communication network and have access to upcoming plans. So, all that remains now is to figure out the actionable intent of what to do with it. What are you looking to do, and how are you looking to pull this off? Because I've got the info to make it happen. I just need to know what you're looking for. Do you want them when they're out of the building? Do you want them when they're in the building? Do you want them in their sleep?
I believe the general consensus was sleeping
Sleeping we can do.
at their
I
place.
said it before. This is your show.
I believe, based on advice and discussion from everybody, that it would be best served while they are sleeping.
All right, we can arrange with that. My next question is, what supernatural assets are you bringing to the table for this? Because I know what we can do, she says, indicating to herself and Bologna. But I don't know what all you can do or what friends you're bringing along.
Well, we have Winter Court. That's gonna. Correct me if I'm wrong. That's both Katie and Joe. That can basically put security to sleep.
Yes,
Literally?
they're off. Their initial offer was to have the family freeze to death overnight, but you wanted to have the personal hand. So they said we can also just put the guards to sleep.
Yeah.
They will only be able to put them to sleep. However, if you wake them up, it's on you.
Yeah. So, as for supernatural abilities, anybody want to speak up? Because I don't.
I should say, I don't need to know everything that you can do. Don't worry about a hunter trying to find your weaknesses. I just need to know what you can do that will help with this, so that I can make a plan around it.
I know self-defense. I know how to use a knife. I know how to use a gun.
I mean, all of that to degrees, and also I can potentially turn time back.
Okay. So if there's a fuck up, you might be able to undo it.
Conceivably. Let's not fuck up more than once.
Cool. Costly.
I have a little bit of touch with my elemental attachments, and then I can control a bit of the hedge.
Well, as far as my understanding is, this is going to be a mostly mundane situation, so that second part might not be as helpful.
We'll see.
Renzia, what you got?
So I have claws that I can make lethal. And I good with them. I can also scare the shit out of people, and my presence makes it so people are less likely to want to fight me.
Good backup in case things go to hell. right.
Joe's just gonna point at James and go, "He's a dragon."
I breathe fire and I'm durable and stronger than most. And he just looks at him. Right. Oh shit button. Good. Okay. Any other friends we're bringing along or that we can bring along if we
Mm,
Don't say it.
Cassandra's just gonna give a look at Tyr.
looks at you and shrugs like, I mean, if she wants to. I mean, the dragon's an oh shit button. I can't think of a better oh shit button than her.
I mean, it'd be nice to have you there, but I also understand you've got a family, so
I don't know.
No, we're talking about my sister.
oh,
Yeah, there's not a lot out there that is more of a break glass in case of emergency than a werewolf.
Did Tyr just say that out loud?
Oh, everyone here knows it.
Okay,
Fixer knows it. Fixer knew it already.
right. All right. She'll fire off a text to Lily asking if she can help her with something.
Not a bigger oh shit button than the beast that could probably do this job on their own.
So yeah, you send the text off, and you hear back. Just me, or do you want friends?
By friends, do you mean poker buddies, or do you mean more horribly misspelled Garu with a question mark?
You're not the only one who's found a family of their own.
That is difficult. I'm working with Bologna's people, so
I mean, we can be friendly if they can.
how many friends?
My pack is 5 strong, counting me.
She'll just sort of lean back through the doorway of the room she walked out of that everybody else is still in. How's 5 oh shit buttons serve you?
I mean, at that point, I ask you, why are we doing stealth? But I would absolutely love 5 werewolves.
Look forward to meeting your friends. Send.
Joe just start doing all the anxious hand motions that I am currently doing right now.
If everything goes well, they won't need to do anything. But if everything goes wrong, they will make sure that you stay alive.
And Cassandra's just gonna reach into her purse and grab out a fidget cube and hand it to Joe.
Thank you. Okay.
5 is enough death machines to cover all exits. So this fixer is just sort of musing to herself.
Wait,
So
don't we have 6 oh shit buttons?
we do. If you include James, we have 6. Think of James as our oh shit button. Think of the pack of werewolves that we are going to have walking around with us as the nuclear option.
Okay.
This is the first time those words have been said in Frisian's presence.
Nuclear option, you say? I've heard about one of those.
Does he say that out loud?
He kind of muses to himself. Yeah, it's like, wait, I've heard about a nuclear option before.
Freeze.
I'm sorry, what?
I have vague recollections of before being taken. I remember hearing some news about something like nuclear.
Yeah. It's the worst thing in the world. Well, I can't say that Tucker Carlson exists. It's the second worst thing in the world.
Who's Tucker Carlson?
The
You
worst
don't
thing in
want
the
to know.
world.
No one you need to know, sweetie.
Better if you don't.
But the World War II vet in front of Fox News. Let's see how this goes.
I mean, isn't that like 90% of their on-screen guests at this point?
No. Their on-screen guests aren't World War II vets. There's only so many of those left. Their on-screen guests are people who read about World War II and liked the guys in the black outfits.
So killing fetches. Okay. I know what. Okay. Joe's just gonna keep fidgeting. Okay, so we have the nuclear options. We got the oh shit button. We've got Winter Court with the
The slumber frost.
Visit the anesthesia. I was like, in my mind, I was going antiseptic, antihistamine, like. They got the anesthesia, so to speak. My only request, I don't care who goes after my in-laws fetches. I just, for my own personal peace of mind, I need to kill my husband's fetch. My in-laws, I could get. Don't read nothing into that.
Cassandra just leans over to James and goes, "I bet you're happy she finished that sentence."
Yeah, that last word was a lot of lifting.
Up.
Love you.
Uh-huh.
Do you need my?
I do, because I'm not getting that upset.
Do you need my portable circular saw?
No, I don't. Wait, for him? No.
No, not for him. No. For fake him.
No, he's just an annoying fucker.
Not for him, for fake him.
No, I don't.
Dave just puts his hands up and backs off a step.
Yeah, but I married that, so I asked for it. No, I don't think circular saw is what I really need to go with.
All right, fair enough.
Wasn't there also a chainsaw in that stuff?
There are many saws.
Okay, y'all, I just really learned how to use a knife effectively. You want to hand me a chainsaw and see what happens?
I mean, not as a combat weapon, but once the down.
We'll see.
Dismembering is very therapeutic.
You know what? Bring it in your carry-on just in case.
Jackson going through the manor like the dude from Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Like Leatherface, yeah.
Yes, Leatherface.
Chainsaw is legitimately a horrible melee weapon.
No, it will jam on any amount of bone, and then
Now, I will say, statistically, in World of Darkness games, it is an incredibly effective weapon. It's just one that explicitly in the rule says, don't botch.
if you botch with a chainsaw, horrible things happen.
To you.
See, I'm just like timeout out of game. Like in my head, Jeremy and Drev is going through the last time we tried to kill somebody and how that turned out.
It's fun. I don't know what you're talking about.
Maybe if you'd listen to Rahab's advice.
I would have Mercy would not have a beautiful rose bush out in her garden. Yes, that would be a travesty.
It worked out perfectly. I don't know what y'all are complaining about.
Look, they'll be asleep this time. Clearly, nothing can go wrong.
So now you've said it.
No one who is really loud or likes to make awkwardly timed entrances will break into the house in advance. No guarantees.
I don't like the way you put that.
It's fine. We just tell the werewolves not to let you in.
Yeah, go get Sorrow. Yeah.
Do you think I have to enter from the outside?
I was about to say, you're talking to a changeling.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
You're also talking about dramatic irony always works in favor of.
Not in favor of. It just always works.
It just always works, yeah.
Fidget. No, it's good. So who wants to murder my in-laws' fetches?
I don't think we should plan it out that much. Whoever gets that gets that. We just know that James 2.0 is off the menu.
When Jackson starts talking, Frisian quietly lowers his hand.
Fair enough.
Right. So, we'll put the death machines on all the exits to make sure that nobody gets out. If they do, they'll be torn to shreds. We will have everyone else who can move any kind of quietly going inside after your friends, after your changeling friends have put everybody inside to sleep. That'll just leave me to handle the cameras and to prevent any kind of electronic alarms from going off. Fortunately, I've already got a bug on the inside, so that'll be relatively easy. And then whoever goes inside to not wake anybody up. So I would say, try not to shoot any guns when you're inside.
Wasn't planning on it.
All right, well, the plan's got a framework, and if we put too much more detail into it, it'll only come crashing down the instant we try and act on it. So
absolutely.
Okay.
Shall we get moving then? We'll probably want to run this tonight, obviously, unless you want to go tomorrow night.
No. Why wait?
All right, well, once the werewolves get here and we filled everybody in on the plan, then we go. Meanwhile,
Isn't even remotely close to nighttime.
no, it's like it's like noonish.
Okay.
There's a while yet.
Gotcha. Okay.
Meanwhile,
Yes.
Frank/Lisa, you slept in the hedge. Fortunately, you slept in a trod, so.
I'm gonna go back to Hunter Heart.
The hunter here.
Yeah, Hunter Hair.
You make your way, better part of the morning, over to back to the goblin market that you had previously entered, and
Yes.
find your way back to the hunter hair. And as you approach, and he looks up in that same wild-looking sort of lapine shape with the loose hunter's garb and bow slung across shoulder. I anticipated your return, but was uncertain when I might expect to see. What have you brought for me?
I have composed a ballad of the taking.
Essence kept in Song of Dread.
A dirge to fill a nightmare's head.
This will serve.
And for payment, you seek a suitable hunt, I believe was what you had requested.
Indeed. What I seek is that which cannot so easily be taken down. Something which, through strength of arms and skill, I prove myself the best around.
What about a being spoken of legend? One who crosses the boundaries of the hedge and the real with ease, who draws in the unsuspecting with his appearance, and yet vanishes at a moment's notice when followed, leading people ever through more and more wondrous events. Never to be caught up with, always running late, and yet always escaping in the nick of time.
You offered me a March hare, but have you found such a beast?
I have encountered it myself. And perhaps the ballad I have composed of its chase can illuminate you.
Now I have to ask, are you deceiving about this having a trail of a March hare?
Do you remember? I mean, my character followed the March hare into the hedge. That's how I got there.
Mm-hmm.
And when Lisa went back to that point, she composed a song about the experience of going into and out of the hedge.
Interesting. Interesting. I shall take your Song of Payment first before Song of Dread to see whether your performance sates my appetite.
Of course. But before I offer payment, perhaps we should be clear on the terms.
Lay your request before me, and I shall agree or alter as needs be.
I seek the parents of the dragon, of whom the ballad involves, the one who terrorize their daughter-in-law with their misunderstanding and their pretentious ways. I seek to find and free them, and, if possible, return them to the real. This is what I need your assistance in.
Of this I will warn. Those who keep those of the real are not so easily scorned, and though I may determine where these individuals reside, no fool am I to attempt to defy those who would hold them inside the realm of the ancient Fae.
Of course, your assistance in the aggression is not required, but it must be clear, not just told where they are, but shown.
The gates of hell I will guide you, but no further.
Very well.
Inside you must walk alone. Should you deign to do so, though, back into the jaws of the beast, very few would choose to go.
Well, very few are as am I. Perhaps fortunately so. But I have guided others on their way, from the hedge at least. Besides, a good story needs tension and drama, and Arcadia does know how to tell an excellent story. I believe fate shall be on my side.
Unfortunately, in the realm of the Fae, fate is as they decree.
And what amuses a Fae more than watching their playthings unravel?
That we shall see.
Having playthings?
If your guile is as you imply, perhaps you might just leave alive. But for now, the terms are laid, so now it is time that debt is paid.
I will play the ballad of the White Rabbit.
Give me presence and expression.
I'ma spend a willpower. That's 3 dice, right?
Yes, 3 extra dice.
1, 2, 3. It's 8, 9, 10, right?
Yeah, 8, 9, 10. 3 successes.
Only 3 successes, yes.
With 3 successes, he listens to the tune. You see his foot sort of thumping the rhythm as he listens and takes it in. The scent of the hunt have I caught by the sound of your song. But now I must away on the hunt. I shall be back ere long. Giveth to me a night and a day, and I will have the place of your prey.
Do I need to play the other song for him, The Dirge of the Taking?
So I play that one as well.
Same rules?
Yep.
Also spending willpower because...
Oh, you got 2 10s in there.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yes, six, yes. This dirge is well spun. Their scent, should I have no issues tracking. Pray for your sake and mine that my skills do not prove lacking. And he shoulders his bow and hops over the counter and starts to walk off into the deeper hedge. Should I not be slain or caught, then I will return on the morrow, by the eve, with that which you have brought.
Excellent. Frank will say with a smile.
Man, all those years of theater improv going to work on rhyming.
Yes, I hate having to be like, oh, let's rhyme everything.
That's why I only rhymed when I could, not all the time.
Yeah. As soon as the hunter hair is gone, Lisa will pipe in. I don't like the way you spoke with him. I'm not sure what you're intending. Look, you're familiar with speaking with hobgoblins. There's a reason that I talk to the hobgoblins. They have a way of communicating that is unsavory for most, but as long as you are careful with your words, no, it shan't be a problem. Okay, Frank, if you're sure. Don't worry, Lisa. I know what I'm doing. And the just grotesque image of one half of the face, like with a lip twitch and in nervousness, and the other half, this just absolutely demonic smile.
So, where are you headed for the night and day that you have to go?
Well, night and day in the hedge could be very different than night and day in the real. So I don't want to leave necessarily, because you know how that could go. I want to see if I can find that grove of trees from the inside, from the hedge side.
Of note, that's probably a distance to travel.
Okay.
Because that was a distance in the real, and while they don't necessarily equate, there's a correlation there.
Fair enough. In that case, honestly, I'll probably just return, just hang out in my hollow for the intermediary time, and actually, I'm gonna walk the hollow for a bit and play the flute and see if I can gather some beasts to me.
You spent the experience on that.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah, that's how I'm able to take it into the real.
So go ahead and roll me manipulation, expression, and weird.
Eins, zwei, drei, vier. 4.
You get a sense of how this thing works. It costs a point of willpower to properly activate.
Okay.
But when you do and play a song, you can conjure, or you can call out to a number of different beasts in the hedge. The number of beasts depending on how many successes you roll.
Okay.
And the number in size.
Yeah.
And they will follow you and not be hostile to you so long as you are playing the instrument. That does not mean they are not hostile to anyone else around you.
That's kind of the intent sometimes.
And if you stop playing for any reason,
then
they will no longer have to not be hostile to you either.
No holes barred.
Yeah.
It's a dangerous toy.
It is a very dangerous toy.
Unfortunately, Frank has it. All right. And so probably just practice that for the day, get some rest in my hollow, and await the return of good news.
So meanwhile, a little time passes, and eventually this huge junker van arrives at the gate of the mansion. And by huge junker van, I mean like sort of mystery machine-esque. This sort of like big box van with like no discernible like nose to it, just sort of a flat, almost curved vertical surface. And then there's like a long box. But this one is someone definitely went to work with an airbrush on this thing. We've lost Julia.
Oh,
They said they would be right back, and then their camera also just died. And they fell out of Zoom. So they will presumably be back in a minute. Yeah. Someone definitely went to work on this van with an airbrush because they have the absolute gaudiest van art on the side of this thing. And you're uncertain whether the person who did the art just was aware of it and thought it would be funny, or just thought of it because it was the vibe these people were giving off. But the side of the van is absolutely airbrushed with like the pack of wolves all noses up with the moon big in the background.
The three wolves, the classic three wolves.
Yeah, the classic three wolves art.
That's hilarious.
Subtle.
Love it.
The three wolf moon. Just like in van art all the way across the side of this.
And I now like to imagine that it is literally just the Scooby-Doo gang as werewolves.
That would make Lily Velma?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's Julia.
Sorry about that. My internet decided to leave the moment I did.
Apparently. What you missed is a big box van, sort of mystery machine-esque, and that it's got like sort of the flat face and the slight curve, airbrushed with the three wolf moon across the side of it. Pulls up to the mansion gates. You get an alert, Jackson, that there is a vehicle asking for entry.
Look. This can only end well. As the
derail slightly. I tried to see if I could find a picture of the three wolf moon on a van. I did not. I did find someone made the three wolf moon, except instead of wolves, it's hippos.
Yep.
That's a choice.
Perfect. Flawless.
11 out of 10, no notes. 11 out of 10, no notes. They're hippocorns.
Oh, they are.
This is the thing that somebody made with their own time and energy.
It's so well done though. Like they didn't go, haha, this is a funny joke. They said no. Full send. Perfection.
I hate it so much.
Look, if you're
Where
gonna
did
commit
y'all
to
post it?
something in
It's
the
in
Slack.
Oh dear God! Oh,
I hate it so much.
No, you can't hate this. This
Yes,
is art.
yes, I can, and I do.
It is absolutely art, but
Oh, it's brilliant, and I hate it.
the two things are not mutually exclusive.
Not at all.
All right, I want to be in that van instead. That's all I'm saying.
Oh my God!
3 hippodecorn moon fan.
Oh dear God! Okay, wolves, van.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. The van the gate opens, the van pulls in. Stepping out. The van pulls to a stop, and the back door opens, and 3 people file out of the back, and 2 get out of the front driver and passenger seat. Lily was riding shotgun, but the all 5 of the people getting out of this van are women.
So it's an all-female version of the Scooby-Doo cast. Like an all-female werewolf remake of Scooby-Doo. Man, that would get some amazing initial views.
And if it was written well, it would get amazing continuous views. But each of these individuals has what you would call a unique aesthetic that does not necessarily at all mesh with the other 4 people in the group. And yet somehow they move with a sense of unity of purpose that sort of makes it quite clear that these people have worked together for quite a while and have a solid bond. The group of them step out. There is Lily, obviously, in her like sort of sporty pseudo like climber outfit that she normally wears. There is a woman in full like biker aesthetic. She's got like the sleeveless leather jacket with the studs across the torso and shoulders, the like tank top underneath, fingerless leather gloves, black jeans, high boots, studded everything, long black hair that's about mid back, dark eyeshadow, everything full biker goth. And then the third, that was the person who was actually driving the van. The 3 coming out of the back. There is one woman who looks, you would describe her as bohemian if she didn't look like she wanted to eat your face at all times. In that she is like fairly tan, long brown hair, loose, just kind of wild and wavy, dressed in an outfit that looks like it was literally just cut from a piece of cloth and made around her kind of thing. Like she's wearing very much that sort of like minimalist, just straight cloth dress kind of thing. No particular tattoos of any kind. She looks like she just walked out of the woods kind of thing. No shoes at all. walking barefoot, doesn't seem to care. Then there is a girl in just a hoodie, just like straight blue hoodie, no adornment whatsoever. Pair of glasses, hair pulled back, dyed red on the entirety of the right side of her hair is just dyed red. The left side still just natural brown. With a pair of headphones around the neck, and like torn holes in the jeans, big clunky boots, but nothing major there. And then the last one looks like she stepped off a runway despite stepping out of this van. She is dressed in a like long scarlet dress, cheekbones immaculate, pure blonde hair pulled very tight into a bun at the very back, fresh red lipstick, diamond eyes, and this sort of like form-fitting red dress that fits around the upper torso and waist and then flares out a little bit around the legs. Walking in crimson heels, entire outfit is red. And this is the group of werewolves, as far as you know, that steps out of this van.
Exactly how many serial killers are we going to give access to my home? I'm just curious.
Well, you already live there. Oh, wait, I'm not here. Never mind.
I mean,
if it doesn't make you comfortable, we can move headquarters somewhere else.
Oh, it's fine. I am okay with this. Otherwise, I would have spoke up beforehand.
Oh,
Also,
okay.
you said how many are we gonna let in? I thought you were the one that pushed the button to let them in.
I said give access to my home. I didn't say let in. Once they knew where the home was, they had access. I simply made the inevitable happen. I am assuming.
I mean, we don't typically make a habit of breaking into people's homes for no reason, says Lily.
That implies that they make a habit of breaking into people's homes
That
for
is-
no reason.
That is the least assuring reassurance I've ever heard in my life.
Hey,
But fair
congratulations.
enough.
That's quite an accomplishment.
It is. It truly is.
Anyway, I should probably make introductions.
Please.
She sort of walks down the line, then points first at the biker goth. This is Morgana. Points at the bohemian-looking woman. This is Tangle. Points at the like casual semi like gamer looking individual, Sadie, and then points at the woman in the dress, Scarlet.
Welcome to my home.
Thank y'all very much for your help.
Glad to help out. The gamer girl sort of like pushes glasses up and looks up at the rest of the manor house. Nice place, real big.
Thank you.
The Scarlet just sort of looks down at her. Please, darling, you really shouldn't just openly comment on the size of a house just because you've never been in a mansion doesn't mean you should act like it.
It's fine. We are getting to know each other, so some awkwardness is to be expected.
Morgana just sort of like leans up against the van. All right, well, I get the sense that you're less than comfortable with any of us, so if you want, we can stand here as you go over the plan.
Oh, well, fine.
All right, fair enough. Tangle says nothing. Tangle is just sort of like looking around, like openly, just like inhales and like takes sniffs of the air, just trying to get a lay of the land.
Joe,
Yes.
are you going to lay out the plan for them?
I mean, I can if you need me to, says Fixer, stepping up from behind.
I mean, can I just do like a brief overview and then you can do the finer points?
Absolutely.
Um, Hi, I'm Joe. I'm part of Cassandra's Motley. Cassandra's Lily's sister. I guess you all already know that. Um, it's my husband's and my in-laws fetches that we're going after. They've been causing unnecessary trouble. And
I'm realizing that if you replace Morgana as goth biker with stoner, it would have just been the female Scooby-Doo gang.
Love it.
As I just go over the aesthetics of everyone in my head. In this particular case, Lily is filling in for Fred, but still.
yeah. But we want this to go as smoothly as possible, and so we figured more hands on deck couldn't hurt. And I'm just, it may sound callous, but I'm just kind of ready to get this over with. And so, and she gestures to James so we can move on with our lives.
Well, any bond or deal that our sister feels is worth our attention, we are happy to put all of our effort into, says the sort of vaguely shy looking casual girl. Let's all right, let's go over the full details of the plan, and Fixer will step up and start to lay everything out. The basic gist is that the werewolves, as you understand it, will basically just be positioned around the outside of the building and keeping watch in case anything goes catastrophically wrong, and they need to either A, intervene, or B, stop anyone from escaping.
Right.
So if everything goes right, they won't do anything at all.
Because that's going to happen.
It could.
It's possible.
Sweet summer child.
Yes.
That phrase feels like it's been around for so long, but then you realize it actually was originated by Game of Thrones.
Yep.
What?
Sweet summer child.
Sweet summer child. Yeah. No, I know this can all go up Shit's Creek real fast. So contingencies, don't hurt.
That's why you've got us, says Scarlet, sort of posing in a way that she seems to naturally do.
That is exactly what we were thinking.
Well, and then the group of us will be happy to help out. Oh, all in all, it sounds like an easy job. Stand around, clean up after anybody that gets loose. Should be easy.
Let's hope so. So I'm guessing we need to go over more of the schedule so we actually know where we're looking for them at this particular time?
Fixer sort of pulls it up. Their typical schedule, they will usually be in bed by about 10:30-ish, earlier than you would normally expect for some of them, but
All right.
so close to midnight would probably be an ideal time to actually make a move. Just give everyone time for variance. I have yet to see any of them stay up past 11. They keep a weirdly standard time scale.
Interesting.
By that, I mean, normally you would expect, like in a family like this, they would all have very different, time periods to
Right,
go to sleep.
right.
Someone would be a night owl, someone would be an early riser. They all seem to keep roughly the same circadian rhythm with a span of only like a couple of hours difference.
Why is that unnerving me? Is
Oh,
everything?
it's very unnerving and very unnatural, but
I mean, fetches are too, though. So, like,
you're not wrong.
I'm thinking too hard. I'm thinking too hard. I'm thinking too hard.
But we move in at midnight. You'll probably want to alert your friends so that they can be ready with sleeping powder or whatever they're gonna do. But once we have confirmation that that's taken effect, I can get the doors open and then start handling security on the electronic security, that is. And then it'll be up to you guys to make your way through the house, not wake anybody up, and do your business. They'll be on the fifth floor, sorry, fourth floor. There's only 4 floors in the building. Top floor is where they sleep. So they'll be on the 4th floor. So you have to go through all 3 of the bottom floors to get up there, because elevators will trigger an alarm at that late at night.
Right. No, just stairs and hallways. Got it.
Stairs and hallways, staircases on every floor. I don't know why they designed it like this, unless they were just trying to be annoying, which legitimately might have been. Every staircase is on the opposite side of the building from the staircase before it, so you have to go up, cross the floor, up, cross the floor, up.
Thanks, I hate it.
Honestly, I would.
That
put
seems
it
highly inefficient for the fire codes.
Oh, I don't think they gave a shit about fire code.
Hi, welcome to my in-laws.
I think when you got that much money, fire code is a suggestion.
It is.
And survival is a choice.
Goes
Not
Yeah,
for
but
very
rich
much
people
longer.
love their aesthetic.
I suppose.
Who said rich people love their stuff?
Fixer.
Oh,
They do. Just look at Jackson.
hey, Jackson only just became rich. That's different.
He still cares about his aesthetic.
He's always cared about his aesthetic. That's his thing.
I think you're hitting every square is a rectangle, but not every rectangle is a square territory.
Oh, please, anything but geometric proofs. Please, 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 please,
I'm
please.
just saying, I was rich before I became rich.
In any event, now is the time for last minute prep if you wanted to have conversations with any of our new friends or ask questions, make preparations. Now's the time to do it before we get going.
This is a Katie question. Do I still have my knife?
You do.
Cassandra is going to contact Winter to let them know the details.
And you reach Whisperwind, and Whisperwind's like, very well, we will be prepared for your midnight raid.
Thank you kindly.
Thank you. Your assistance has been invaluable, and here we repay a debt that was made more severe by the transgressions of others.
Yeah, what exactly did you all have me drop off?
A bit of home.
All right then. She will just sort of end the call there. We got Winter informed, so now we just wait, right?
Sounds like.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
We
Lily
should
says,
we should
walking
probably
over.
eat something, shouldn't we? Like that seems like
Well, Lily says, walking over to Cassandra. I don't know about the rest of you, but Tangled is a really good cook.
My kitchen is Sue Kitchen.
that's not okay. You know what?
No, it absolutely does work. Don't you try and say it don't.
I didn't say it didn't work. Sorry. I didn't. No,
Cassandra will lead.
that's a Katie thing and not a Joe
Fair.
thing.
Cassandra will lead Tangle to the kitchen.
You see, you walk Tangle into the kitchen, and you immediately see her eyes light up as she sees the collection of ingredients and tools available, and she just immediately gets to work on something.
I'm just gonna. Do you need a hand, or do you want me to just let you work?
She looks up at you and like vigorously nods her head and waits for you to follow.
Okay then.
You get the impression Tangle does not speak much.
I'm blanking on the word. Like, is Tangled a guru that comes from a wolf?
Lupus.
Lupus.
Yes, lupus.
You have probably found the lupus in the pack. Yes.
Okay. Like that was the impression that I got.
But yeah, with that, as preparations are made and lunch is prepared, that's where we're going to go on our break. Remember, when we take our break, you take your break. So sit up, stretch your legs, do whatever you need to do, and we'll be back in just a few minutes. Please enjoy these commercial messages.
We back.
Welcome back. Okay, so the day passes. You have a wonderful lunch. As it turns out, Tangle is a very good cook and makes a variety of different foods. Whole bunch of varied spices in use. It seems like Tangle, having awoken to the world of human spices, cannot get enough of them. Everything is very seasoned. But the meal is good. The day passes. There's some idle conversation. If any of you needed to have any specific conversations before we get to the evening, let me know.
Nope.
Nope.
So the evening arrives. Your vehicles head out and make your way over to the location. It's about 11 when you leave because it's not a super long drive, but you want to be there a little bit before midnight to be ready. And you make your way down to about a couple of blocks prior to the place that you're going to be doing work. And the group of you set out, making your way out to the vicinity of the building. The werewolves having parked adjacent, spread out in 5 different directions, all of them finding a spot around the exterior of this building to sort of post up while you all get ready to infiltrate directly.
Right.
As you guys approach, Whisperwind sort of appears around a corner as you're approaching the building. Welcome all, she says as you all walk up. Everything is just about in place. We are ready to begin on your signal.
All right.
Joe just nods.
Was that your signal? Because I'll need more than a nod.
No, that's not a signal. That was an acknowledgement. I apologize.
All right. In any event, we're ready to proceed. Just let us know when you're ready to go, and we will put the place to bed.
Joe is going to find Fixer. Is Fixer present?
Yeah, Fixer's with you. She had to get the door anyway.
Okay.
Ugh.
Are you giving the signal?
I mean, I'm just about ready to go on my end, so I mean, people keep saying this is your operation, so I figured you're the one to give the go signal.
Mm-hmm.
Joe's just going to take a deep breath. She's going to check everybody. Say, if I give the signal, are y'all ready to go?
James and Bologna both thumbs up.
Joe's going to take a deep breath and look over at Fixer. Look at Whisperwind. Okay. All systems go.
With that, camera shifts over. Frank,
Yes.
it's been a while in the hedge. The better part of a night and a day have passed.
I will hop back over to that goblin market.
You make your way back in. And the hunter hare has returned. They look a little bit worse for wear. They look like they've taken a few nicks and scrapes. Some of their fur has been yanked off in places. But they are still alive. And they look up as you approach. I see you return.
I do.
Your quarry has been found. They do still reside within that place in which nightmares abound, though I would not say whether their retrieval will be a task which is feasible.
How so?
Though I was capable of but a glimpse within the home of that and majestic being who calls it their own, the hold they hold upon their prey is like a vice which will not like to be loosed, no matter night or day, upon any request but the owner of the Fae.
For what purpose do they hold them?
Like it seems to be a place of high regard, were this to be the ownership of any like you and me. Individuals assigned the accounting of all the estate of this ancient being. These who did count coins in life now count the servants of this frigid home.
Frigid home.
Is a place of wintry chill, owned by one who knows little of joy and thrill. Dour they do seem, they who are marked as the Marquis of ice and snow.
Fantastic tale you tell. I will see them. They hold them close because they count the beings that the Fae possess.
They keep account and tell the tale of all those who have fallen before this ancient individual. Their accounting is of the servants and oddments and toys and trials of those who stand in servitude. It is as one among us who live and value art might commission a poet to tell them of ancient days and long lost stories, so do they commission these two to tell them of the toils and drudgery of their beloved, they say, their voice dripping acid, servants.
I see.
In form, they are little like you and I, having been reduced to what would be amounted in the real a side amusement timepiece to tell the hour.
Pair of clocks, or are they but one?
In unison they stand, and upon the hour emerge from within to recite the tale of their master's power.
So if an escape is to be had, it must be done within the hour, or they would be missed.
Indeed, it would be so.
And how many lay imprisoned there?
I did not take the time to count, though I think it not a small amount.
Very well. Then one may hope the Fae is so obsessed with what he owns that he would not notice another.
It
But I must-
is with due caution that I warn, this will not be a easy mantle to adorn. The one who marks themselves as Marquis of Ice and Snow is not the easiest master to know. A slave driver full and oft, they are cruel beyond even the measure of those they hold aloft, those who rest above them in this ancient tale.
And what caused these wounds, I say, pointing at him.
Well do even the outer reaches of Arcadia stand guarded, and my talent as pathfinder, rogue, and sneak can only be so well employed. It is by some stroke of luck that I stand before you now, and not destroyed. And so I state again, if you truly wish this journey, I will take you to the gates of hell, and yet no further.
Then at least show me where I must go. Upon seeing it, I will decide my next step.
Should you wish to take this tale and trial, I recommend you stay a while and choose your gear and garb and prep for a journey which will be hard. Even before you reach the gates of the ancient realm of fairy tales, there is a danger on each path you walk, but I'm sure you don't need me to tell you this.
Indeed. I've walked the hedge for many years, and never expect an easy trial.
And yet, you risk both life and limb before you walk a single mile.
Those who have escaped Arcadia and wander the hedge I have helped to leave. Never before have I dared to help one escape from Arcadia itself. Perchance it was on a mission of misintent that this journey started. But upon hearing of the captor, perhaps fate grants benevolence, or I thought to bring something else.
The task is poorly undertaken alone, but should you decide, I will not stop you from taking your life into your own.
Poorly taken alone, and yet who could I bring with me? How long your offer stands?
My deal is made until the end of either our days. Should you desire to see the path, I will show you. Though again, I fear their wrath and will go no further than the gates to Arcadia.
Very well. I'm trying to think. What is a rationality roll? That like composure and wits?
In wits and composure, or wits. Either wits and intelligence, or wits and composure, or resolve and composure. Actually,
Resolve and composure.
One, two, three, four, five, six. Fairly well reasoned at the moment.
Yes. Frank will sigh. Very well. I appreciate your sacrifice. And I will not forget the deal. But I must return to those to whom I have made a different promise.
An easy debt this is to hold, a simple path that I must remember, until the day you wish to come and have it be told, and I shall walk you towards distant embers, and you shall see the frigid day. And I hope you choose to turn away.
I will nod and step away. And Lisa will breathe a sigh of relief the moment I'm away. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. We're not going back, right? You heard what he said, Lisa. Cruel even for the Fae of Arcadia. I cannot ignore it. But a foolish endeavor aids no one. Perhaps a trinket of goodwill.
An easy way to get them back. Just get Frizzy and his nuke. I'm sure he'll use it wisely.
No.
I mean, if you were wanting to go to Arcadia, you could take something with you.
All right. We're going to go raid the Pentagon, and we're going to open a portal to the Fae in the Pentagon. Grab a nuke. Perfect plan, no flaws.
Could hardly make things worse, right?
What's it? Project Valkyrie? That's the government
Task Force
hunters?
Valkyrie, is
Task Force.
the government hunters.
Not at the Pentagon. And Task Force Valkyrie's headquarters. So that way, when the Fae come back out, there's something there. There's some other people there that might slow them down more than just soldiers.
And how glad I am that the World of Darkness game I'm running, that I've been trying to I'm trying to tie to all the other Final Shown World of Darkness games, is vampire, so there is no connection to Arcadia whatsoever. Just in case this happens, like.
Who knows what happens when a nuke goes off in Arcadia? I don't even know. I'm gonna be honest. They'll find out if it ever gets there.
Oh god. I don't like the direction this is going anyway.
Listen. We may be really we may have some super cool powers and stuff, but stealing a nuclear warhead, I think, is beyond the ability of these five chuckle fucks.
Possibly, yes.
To be fair, some of the warheads are actually really poorly guarded.
Not that poorly guarded.
Oh yeah.
Maybe poorly guarded for a nuke.
Like in the 80s and 90s, like it was like 2, 3 80s, 90s, 90s, 2000s. It was like 2, maybe 3 people, and they would frequently leave the door open so a pizza delivery guy could just walk in.
Oh, for sure. But they also couldn't walk out with the nuke.
We don't need to walk out with the nuke. We open a door to Arcadia.
Yeah, that's the thing, is we don't need an exit plan.
Oh my god.
The exit plan is just the nuke. You don't have to get out with the nuke.
Like I said,
sort of like pulling the
No.
pin on a grenade, tossing it in the door, and shutting the door. Nothing bad can happen on the other side of the door.
90% sure that whatever happens to Arcadia does not affect vampires at all. Except for maybe the Chiasid, but who cares about them?
All right. I will look around. I suppose maybe if we're here, we can find one of Cassandra's icons. Maybe bring back a happy memory. I feel like that gift might be better received. How does one go about finding icons?
Well, they're scattered throughout the hedge, and occasionally some people will find them. So a goblin market is not a bad place to look, although you may not find the person you're looking for specifically as icon. You
I will
might be able to
search.
find icons.
Yeah, I will search for icons while I'm here.
Go ahead and roll me wits and composure, plus weird.
And let's willpower this. Wits, composure, weird. Does my market sense do anything?
Yes, it does. It applies.
Okay.
Add your market sense in dice.
Oh boy, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, it's only 5 successes. It looked like more than that.
5 is good. 5 is exceptional success.
Still 5 successes.
So yes, you do find an icon, and it even belongs to one of your motley, but it does not belong to Cassandra. It belongs
Whose
to
is it?
Frisian.
Well, I mean, I would hope this is a good apology. I look at
I like the idea that you're just like, nah, don't need this. Tosses it aside.
I'll look at the goblin who is it. I'm assuming it's being sold by a goblin.
Yeah.
Tell me, what price seek you for this blank memory?
This thing dug it up from the scraps of the hedge. I can always take for glamour, but if you're willing to trade interesting trinkets and useful gear, always worth the risk. He holds up a paw. 5 drams of the glamour, or something worth trading.
I have taken enough risks today. The glamour will be fine.
You extend out your hand, and this quintessence of emotion sort of drips out, and he bottles it for later. And he extends to you this small scrap of paper, essentially, and corks it into a bottle of its own. So now it's basically a message in a bottle, and hands it over.
What is the best way back?
Go to the reels that way. He points a thumb.
Any idea where on the reel it leads?
Dunno, never been.
Well, I feel adventurous upon this day. I've taken enough risks. What's one more? And I'll walk through the door.
Up in California.
If they're lucky.
If I need to. Like, I'll walk into the Pentagon, there's a nuke.
Meanwhile,
Oh dear, no, I've walked into the house at this point, haven't I?
yeah. Meanwhile, the rest of you, the group of you step forward and just watch as Whisperwind and a few other winter individuals sort of walk up to the to the house that you're aiming to get into, one of the guards steps up and like goes to interrogate Whisperwind as the one who steps up front, and she just kind of exhales, and you watch this sort of glittering breath of like icy frost extend as she just exhales, and as it impacts the guard at the door, he kind of slows down. The kind of slowdown that you get when it's so cold that your body just wants to sleep to conserve energy. And he kind of stumbles his words for a second, and then backs up, leans against the wall, sits down, and goes to sleep.
Nice trick.
And then the rest of them all gather around the perimeter of this building, and the group of winter courtiers all just sort of raise hands out in the air in front of them, and this similar sort of like sparkling winter mist just extends as a cloud over the building and seems to seep in through any available crevice and just sort of spread throughout the internals of the building. A few moments pass, and all of them sort of disperse in their own directions while Whisperwind walks back up to the group of you. It is done. In a few moments, all inside will be asleep.
Thank you.
Consider your debt paid.
And we appreciate it. Let us know if ever you need more assistance, and we will talk of more traditional payments at that point. Yeah, when winter puts people to sleep, they put them to sleep.
Good thing we didn't ask them to put them on ice.
They offered.
Oh, they did.
That is fair.
They did offer to have the entire place just die of frostbite overnight.
Yeah, no, we need a personal touch.
Listen, I'm not saying it was the smartest move, but you may not agree with me, but I had to.
I agree with you.
Time to step in.
Berkshire walks up, looks at the guard who's sitting unconscious next to the door. Well, don't wake him up, she says as she kneels down at the door and starts to work at it. A few minutes pass. Door clicks, and she opens it. All right, the rest is your show, she says as she waves in and steps aside. I'll keep an eye out here and keep the security measures from going off. Unless you do something stupid. There are some measures even I can't stop.
Joe just nods like she's foregone like any vocal utterance at this point. And starts up the stairs as quietly as possible.
Everybody, roll me dexterity and stealth.
Oh, shit. This is gonna go to hell. It's gonna go to hell so quick.
I've been asking Austin a bunch of rolls. Now it's you guys' turn.
But here's the thing about me and rolling. It's not good.
Notably, heading in, I'm going to activate my contract, Talon and Wing.
Which does?
I will have 2 effects from this. I get the senses of a beast, giving me a 3-die bonus perception rolls and eliminating penalties in dim light or darkness. and my claws become aggravated damage.
Oh. And
And I will consume a small scrap of fur that I would have gotten from Jackson's like before to fulfill the loophole for it.
Yeah.
stealth, and what was the other one?
Dexterity and stealth.
X.
Can I spend a willpower on this?
Absolutely can.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that too.
I will also
Jeez.
spend a willpower.
Jeez, babe, you gotta do better than that.
3.
So if I'm adding willpower, how much does that add?
3 dice.
Yes. One of these days I'll remember that.
James is staying outside because he knows his limits and does not have any dice in stealth. We'll put a willpower into this. So Marlena,
tracks.
you have 0 successes. Would you like to make that a dramatic failure for a beat?
I'm tempted.
It's always yes. The answer is always yes. It's never not yes.
You know what? Sure.
Yes.
Oh my god.
So the majority of you have successes, and several of you have multiple successes. So this dramatic failure does not mean that Jackson just accidentally wakes someone up, because overall your result was fairly stealthy. What it does mean is that Jackson walks directly into whichever of Frank or Lisa walks out of the hedge.
That's worse.
As you are rounding a corner on the second floor. So which one walks out of the hedge?
I punched somebody. I swear to God.
Probably Frank, because Frank has a lot of intent going in here. Let's see if Frank has control.
Oh jeez.
It's resolve composure or wits composure.
Resolve composure.
That's 3 successes.
Yeah, you got plenty.
Yeah. Frank comes out.
At the point that I turn around the corner and Frank comes out, is the portal still to the hedge still open?
I'm assuming you're not intending to keep it open, so I imagine it's closing behind you.
That was not my intent, correct?
Yeah, so it's closing behind him.
If it's not closed yet, without even a moment's pause, full on kick to the chest and knock him back into the portal.
All right, roll strength and brawl. What's your defense, Frank?
3.
So strength and brawl -3.
Well, I will not be able to turn back time because I'm spending my last willpower on this.
Fair enough.
Listen,
I
do you want me to turn back time for about 3 seconds worth of time, or do you want me to kick Frank out of this mission?
go
I
Go
can
for it.
I can remove him from the mission as well.
if I could turn back.
Murder is an interesting way to remove someone from a mission.
Not murder. Leaping towards nightfall. I put
3 successes.
Put him forward in time rather than back in time. All right. This is a rapid, very sudden move that's happening. So I'm going to ask Frank. There is a significant, like you step out of the hedge and almost immediately there's like a shove kick. It's not going to hurt you, but it is going to shove you back into the hedge unless you opt to do something about it. Do you even react in time to resist?
What do I need to roll for that?
Well, first off, would you resist?
Yes.
Okay. Then you're going to roll me to not end up back in the hedge. Dexterity and athletics.
For the record, it will hurt a bit because it is a fucking spiked heel. but it's not enough to do damage.
Yeah, it's not like they were like. I'm assuming your goal was a shove, not to
Yeah.
do damage.
Absolutely.
Are you doing heal to solar plexus?
Jesus.
No, because we don't want to actually start a fight now. We just want to make the problem go back where
Jesus.
it belongs for the moment. Christ.
You don't want to know, though, what my response would be if someone's attacking me. If
So-
someone's coming at me, I'm going to step out of the way and throw your momentum against you to push you where you were going.
So you didn't have the time to step out of the way, which is why you were going off your defense rather than anything in particular. What
But
you
that's-
did have time to do was hook a limb and force yourself to roll aside and not end up back in the hedge.
Okay. Does Jackson end up going through the hedge because
No.
of that? Okay. Good.
Like
We're clear.
you basically like you stepped out of the hedge, immediately there was a boot to your torso, and you sort of like roll with it and manage to deflect yourself back into the reel rather than going.
Gotcha.
I immediately put my hand out, wrap around the throat, and put my finger up. Like,
And the hedge gate closes behind.
Finger to lips, hands up. I look around.
You see several sleeping guards.
I'll point at the guards.
if
Wave my
you-
hands like.
if you
I
do
put my
a
finger to my lips.
thing, if you do a single thing to fuck this up, I will murder you where you stand. Do you understand? Yes or no? Those are the only words I want to hear out of your mouth right now.
Resolve composure, right?
Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
And I am well aware that I will be breaking an oath. It will be worth it to me.
Yeah, 4 successes.
Frank will just look at you and whisper one word. Later.
I'm just gonna wait there till somebody else shows up.
I think immediately behind is probably
Probably Frisian,
probably Frisian, actually. Yes.
who is just leering.
And then immediately behind that is Cassandra.
Yep.
And then Joe and Bologna pulling up the rear.
I
Really?
let go of the throat.
Joe's in the back?
No, Bologna's in the back.
Oh, because
But-
I thought Joe was in the front.
That's right. Joe might be in front of us.
Oh yeah, Joe might be on the other side of that portal.
I think Joe, you're actually ahead of this situation.
Yeah, like I
Although it probably isn't hard to see that there's a
No,
situation.
yeah, I think the situation happened behind you.
Joe's just gonna keep walking.
I let go of your throat. I carefully extricate myself from this tangle of bodies that we are currently. Back up and I just point, look meaningfully at you, and turn around and keep going.
Frank will join the party.
Da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
I like how that came out with sort of a nervous tremor sound.
That was my intent.
I don't like any of this.
That Fire Emblem song when someone joins your teams plays, but it's like in a minor key.
Yep. Yep.
What floor am I up to now?
This was right on the second floor.
Okay, third floor.
I'm gonna need another stealth roll from everyone. We're gonna need one of these for each floor you have to pass through.
I don't have the willpower.
This is mostly just we don't want everyone to fail.
I'll use more willpower because I have willpower.
Oh, Frisian.
I'm saving my willpower for other things.
Oh, hey.
So once again, we have plenty of successes, including an exceptional success. Frank, would you like that no success to be a dramatic failure for a beat?
Yes. Always. Every time.
Take a beat.
There's my beat.
Brain fucks it up, and now it's time to murder.
So with more successes than failure, and one of you having a dramatic success that will prevent this from being anything that would immediately end the mission. The problem that arises as the group of you are making your way through this floor, and it
Actually, none of the people helping us have seen me. Like, some of the people helping us have never seen me before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The thing that comes up, and it sort of happens because I'm assuming Frisian is like in the middle of the pack right now, being watched on all sides by everyone else.
By Frisian, you mean?
Sorry, Frank.
Yeah, pretty much.
And the thing that happens occurs between the person in front of Frank and the person behind Frank. So legitimately, logically, it could not be called anything but horrendous luck that this occurs. But as the group of you make your way through, there's some of this area has like some like piping on the ceiling that is designed to like help the ventilation system of this weirdly constructed building, and a lot of it is freezing because of the nature of whatever the Winter Court did to put everyone to sleep. And it is at roughly that point, as the group of you are crossing the floor, that a panel on one of those pipes, having warped under the unnatural cold, ping, flies off and comes flying straight at Frank's face. And I need Frank. You're good at this, so you have good odds. If it was going to happen to anyone, it would be you. To make a resolve and composure check to not cry out when a piece of freezing metal hits you in the face.
Spend that willpower. That's 5 successes.
That's plenty. So the rest of you watch a what looks to be visibly frosted bit of metal paneling break under temperature strain and fall onto Frank's head. That looked painful, but Frank very much keeps their mouth shut, puts their hands up, catches it before it bounces. Hands are very
Gently
cold
places
right
it on the ground as quickly as reasonable. Thankfully, I've got fur on my hands, so.
And the rest of the floor proceeds apace. You have one more stealth roll before you make it onto the floor that the people are on.
Plowing on. Another stealth roll.
Yep, one more.
More willpower.
Oh no.
Fuck. No.
All right, I need two. One from the first floor and one from the second. Yeah, he was fine. Okay, so the three of you that failed, I ask again.
Yes. Always yes.
Look, if one's doing it, we might as well all fucking do it.
Right click. Always respond to this trigger. Yes.
Why though? Why?
Because I am a being of I love chaos.
I don't disagree.
I revel in it.
I hate myself right now.
And basically, would you like this to get more interesting? Always, of course.
Katie, you don't have to take the beat.
The other two.
Yeah, but
will,
at this point, let's be honest. At this point, even without the beats, I don't think we were succeeding. Like even without the dramatic failures,
you had two players succeed, and only one of them did get an exceptional success, but only two of you succeeded.
yeah. So at this point, we already done fucked up. We might as well get the experience point beat for it.
Okay, fine. I don't like it, but fine.
Yes, give in to peer pressure.
It's funnier this way.
All right, so what happens is as the three of you are in roughly a line. It's Joe in front, then at this point, like positions have shifted as people have had to move around across this floor. But at the moment that this happens, it's Joe in front with Jackson immediately behind, and then Frank immediately behind them. So Joe, you round a corner.
Don't like it.
And you take one step, just enough of a step to no longer be visible from around the corner, and then immediately throw your hands out and stop because you realize that one of the sleeping guards is directly underfoot and you didn't notice.
Oh no. Oh no.
And then immediately after, not realizing that you had suddenly stopped, both Jackson and Frank bump into you, and footing is lost, and all three of you come sprawling in a heap on top of this guard, who immediately begins to wake up.
Next
Punch him
in
in the throat.
fast reflexes.
Um,
I have the merit fast reflexes. Can I sink my claws into the guard's throat?
I'm on top of him. No, we're not playing this game. I would like that to happen. I would like to go back in time a little bit, okay?
What?
It's a good thing more than one person has that
You can
contract.
do that too.
All right, what's the name of the contract?
It is called
Unravel the tapestry.
yes.
Oh my.
Page 140.
All right,
And-
so you are going to spend 2 glamour and 1. I think you can't do this because I think you're out of glamour.
I have 2 glamour left. What happens if I go down to 0 glamour?
Okay, nothing at the moment. So that's
Nothing
your last
horrible
glamour.
yet.
And you spend 1 willpower. So 2 glamour and 1 willpower.
Get it?
And you're going to roll me wits, occult, and weird.
Jeez.
What's cold and weird? How many successes do I need?
Just 1.
Well, butts.
You're kidding.
This is why you don't use all your successes on superfluous stuff.
Nothing I've done is superfluous.
I'm gonna cry. Ugh.
Okay, so time doesn't go back?
So no, time fails to rewind.
In
This
that
guard
case,
is waking up.
this person I'm on top of, hand on mouth, duct tape out of my pocket.
What? Out of your pocket?
Duct tape.
So, yeah,
I had to carry
yeah.
duct tape around to duct tape up guards because apparently that's my thing.
Because that's not gonna make a noise.
It's gonna make less noise than this guard.
fair.
The
Roll me
whole
strength.
head?
Roll me strength and brawl to effectively silence this man.
I was talking about.
Frisian did want to do something with
Yeah,
I
fast
know.
reflexes.
Okay.
So this is about to go on. Does fast reflexes give you a specific initiative bonus?
Yes. It gives me
Um,
+1 initiative. If I read that right.
This is not yet a fight, but because it might immediately turn into one, depending on how things go, we're all going to roll initiative here.
Okay. It's a D10 plus your initiative.
Yeah, plus your initiative modifier.
You can also just click the roll initiative button.
I am a curmudgeon.
Here. And this guard. D10 for them. Well, not the worst. But that still puts them in the same initiative as Marlena and Joe. But they're also surprised, so they're not going to get this round. So it's going to go.
And Frank, for that matter. We're all
Frank.
at 12.
Oh, yeah, all of you are at 12.
It's just down to tiebreakers at that point.
So I believe Frank has the highest initiative mod of the three of you.
It's 8.
Yep.
So it'll go Frisian,
Frank,
me,
me,
Marlena,
Joe, poor guard,
Oh, this guard's not going anywhere.
And Tyr.
Cassandra, and then Tyr. Yeah.
I mean, I'll stab a bitch. Watch me.
All right, so Frisian, you're up first.
Claws into his throat.
He is surprised he does not get defense right now, so go ahead and make a claw attack.
We're starting the murder early.
I have to remember how to do this now.
I mean,
I don't remember how to attack roll. I know that much.
Okay, so under weapon attack in the middle of the sheet, all the way down. Do you have your claw in there?
It is considered unarmed, so yeah.
Yep. So make sure unarmed has the dot, the filled in dot in front of it.
Mm-hmm.
Do you get bonus do you get extra damper claw?
I don't get extra damage, but it is considered aggravated.
Okay, then just with that highlighted, go back up to where the die roller is. Select attack roll.
And I will spend willpower on this.
And you can add those in, and yeah.
3 aggravated damage.
That's all good for him.
No, it's not.
3 aggravated damage to his throat. This is gonna.
Yeah. There was no way there was no way he could try and force you to hit his armor. You had a clean shot. There was no way even his armor was applying to that. Frank.
Gag.
All right, roll me strength and brawl. This is just to keep a hand over his mouth and to keep him from making noise.
Going for the duct tape. Okay, well, cool.
He is still surprised and not able to do anything right now, but you are not able to get him, gagged at the moment. Marlena.
Well, we've already started the killing, so...
I've got I've got one hand on his mouth, I got one hand on the duct tape. You see, I've got the duct tape.
Right, but he's already bleeding heavily from the throat.
Actually, before we continue on, I need to check what special stuff fighting gives me.
Oh, right.
Because I'm skilled with my claws.
Right, yes. Make sure Spetsnaz knife fighting does not give you anything in particular that makes this even worse. That's in...
This is an armory.
Armory or armor reloaded?
In normal armory. Trained in special. Know how to move fast. And we said that I can substitute my brawl for weaponry because it's my claws.
Yeah.
So instead of using composure, I use brawl. So it doesn't do anything here. I'm already first in line anyways.
Fair enough. So yeah, Marlena.
How is this dude's throat looking right now?
There is a significant gash in the side of his neck. He might survive if he gets medical attention.
You know, I am going to. I don't know if it's a wide enough gash to do this. But my goal is just to dig fingers in wound and pull open.
And I try to block this.
No,
Because
you're reactive.
This is all essentially happening at the same time. This is you're trying to gag him while other people are trying to kill him.
I wasn't totally intending to go for kill. Maim, remove his ability to scream, but
This removes his ability to
Rip a
scream.
man's throat out. I feel like I feel like killing is kind of a consequence.
I mean, if he dies, he dies.
Yeah.
So you're
Killing
not using
wasn't
any
the intent.
particular weapon.
No.
So this will just be an unarmed attack. However, because you are explicitly trying to rip open a wound, this will deal lethal damage.
Okay. I'm not going to succeed for the record because this is a chance roll.
You say that.
accidentally block up. You accidentally make him bleed.
I only succeeded against you because I threw willpower in there, and all those willpower dice were successes. Strength.
Keeping a tally of how much damage is dealt. Not that my green screen will let you see.
Yep. Nope.
Oh fuck.
That wasn't a 1, right? No, it wasn't. Okay.
No.
Very good.
Would you like it to be a dramatic failure?
Always yes. Always yes. Always yes.
No, not in this case. Because I think a dramatic failure is like knock your hand off of his mouth.
He would be screaming if his hand was not over his mouth.
No, not in this case. We have
No.
dramatic failure quite a bit so far, but
Joe, you're up.
So I have this is probably not gonna slide, but I'm gonna ask the question anyway. Is there any way I can keep going and let them deal with this guy?
You can absolutely just walk by and go up the stairs. You would have to
Do it.
extricate yourself because you are in the bottom of this dog pile.
Okay.
Is there more? I thought we were already on the 4th floor.
There's one. This is the end of the 3rd floor. This is going
Okay.
up to the 4th floor.
do it. Just leave
Guys,
leave the clown car behind and go commit your murders.
guys, if you've got this, I'm gonna go on ahead. Y'all seem to have a pretty good handle on this. Is that okay?
Go on. Go have fun.
You need to extricate yourself from the dog pile. So go ahead and roll me, Joe. Go ahead and roll me dexterity and.
In my head, I'm just envisioning Joe trying to wig out from underneath. Then there's Marlena, like trying to reach up for the dude's neck. And on top of both of them is just Frank sitting there with duct tape.
You know what? This isn't really any particular skill set. This is just trying to wriggle. Go ahead and roll me both strength and dexterity.
Okay. We'll see how this goes. Strength, dexterity. Fuck.
You are having trouble extricating yourself from the pile of limbs you have ended up in. Would you like that to be a dramatic failure?
No.
Okay. I have to ask.
No, I know you do, and I hate it.
It's always yes.
No, it's not always yes.
No, it's always yes.
So yeah, you are not yet able to extricate yourself from this dog pile. The guard does not get a turn. He is surprised. If he lives to his next turn, he might be able to do something. Cassandra.
Joe is just gonna start crying.
Okay, let's see here. I actually think Cassandra might walk around and just see if she can just grab Joe and rip her out from under the dog pile.
Pull me out.
Roll me strength and athletics.
God damn it.
The
Okay,
thing is,
that's fair.
some of us are good at this.
No.
Okay. Well, now it's Tyr's turn. So Tyr's going to try that same thing, but because you've been there to help, he's going to get a bonus die.
I swear to God, sweetie, if you fail this.
Strength. Athletics. +1. Yeah, okay.
Oh, thank God.
So Cassandra, you step over and start trying to pull, but there's 2 more bodies on top of this. So as you try, Tyr just kind of like grabs the other hand from the one that you're pulling on, and the 2 of you yank together, and Joe just comes like a slip and slide, just slides out from underneath the other 2, and there's a thump as the other 2 collapse on top of the guard.
Or better yet, the top half of Joe comes sliding out.
Bifurcate Joe.
Back to the top, Frisian.
Claws into third again.
All right. He does get his defense now, so you will be at a -2.
Well, are you saying that he is now expecting an attack
Yes, I would.
after all this?
I would.
I will not spend willpower on this one.
You are still in a position
Oh.
where his armor is not applying because you have a very clear shot at his head, but he is applying his defense.
Excellent.
Just going to claw his third again without like pushing into Frank. So
That's a failure, so no damage. I have to ask the question.
now
Would you like that to be a dramatic failure? Okay. Frank.
You know what you're supposed to do when there's a bleeding wound?
Launch it.
Apply pressure.
Yeah.
Which will accomplish both things I need. It will stop bleeding, and there's no way on earth he's talking if he doesn't have oxygen, right?
You're just gonna choke him to death.
Hey, I mean, if this is
I'm
Frank's
not
logic, this is
opposed.
Frank's logic.
I'm
But
not opposed.
There's
I'm just saying.
So yes, if you crush his throat to where there is enough pressure that he will not be bleeding from the neck, he will also not be making noise.
I support this plan.
It takes a long time to actually choke someone.
It actually takes only about 8 seconds of the oxygen being cut off.
yeah, and you're gonna have to hold.
It
pressure
just
on that
feels
one.
like a long time.
Specifically, it takes about 8 seconds specifically of blood flow to the brain being cut off, which is explicitly what you're trying to do.
Fair. No, we're trying to go for the gag, and then we've got to staunch the bleeding in a minute. I'm going to whisper to him, "I'm the only one here who wants you alive. I recommend you let me do this," as I gag this man.
Roll me manipulation and persuasion. I didn't think so. Would you like that to be a dramatic failure?
Of course.
Yeah, take a beat. He starts screaming under your hand.
Do I at least get my attempt to stifle him? With
Yeah,
my
go ahead. You're going to need it now, because if you fail, he will be making noise.
Okay. And success.
Okay, you stop him from making noise.
All right. I will hand the duct tape to Jackson as I've got my hand firmly over his mouth.
Yeah, you got a hand solidly on his mouth. Jackson, there's a roll of duct tape being handed to you.
Duct tape Frank's hand to his mouth. Leave Frank here.
That might solve
Get out
two
of my
problems.
head. 100% the first thing that came to mind.
I wouldn't be mad if all this failure turned out just for that. That would just be worth everything.
Yeah, I'm just. That's not specifically the goal, but also not trying to avoid it either.
It's just the
Duct
happy
tape
end
gets
result.
slapped down on spot, and it is going around 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times. I will use this entire roll of duct tape if I need to.
Okay, you're thoroughly going to shut this man up. Yeah.
Yep.
Frank will frown at you and then whisper, "I walked into that."
And while it's going on, there's just a dead stare, like just a.
I will rip a piece of this guard's uniform off with my spare hand and begin to staunch the bleeding.
Roll me just oh my god, what role do I call this? What is the thing that you think would come up and have an extant role recommendation in World of Darkness is duct taping someone.
Nah.
And yet,
I would call this.
You know what?
I mean, it's a brawl maneuver technically, I guess.
Dexterity and
Yeah,
crafts.
brawl. Okay.
Okay. I'm down with that. Dexterity and crafts.
You have experience using tape.
This is true.
You're still on
Come
chance.
on! Wait.
Still on chance.
Oh, it's still on chance. That's why. There we go. That's better.
Oh,
With 2 successes, you have
Don't
thoroughly shut this. You
scare me
have
like
thoroughly
that.
shut this man's mouth up by taping Frank's hand to his face.
Yep.
Frank, this is not that tight of a seal around your hand specifically. You could probably like slip your hand out, but it would take an amount of effort, and then you have to repress
my
the button.
hands.
you
What was
what?
I have fur on my hands.
Oh, that's gonna take some effort.
Oh, shucks.
So you might lose some fur in the retrieval of your hand, but then you would just have to like stamp the duct tape back down on his face.
No, because then it won't stick very well.
Yeah, it won't because it'll be covered in fur. So
Or
I
you
can
can
just I'm in the gag right now.
Or you
More
could
the
just
gag.
keep your hand there and be useful.
That's
That's
kind of what I
the
have to
plan.
do right now.
Yeah.
So like I said, I am just going to try to staunch the bleeding as best I can,
With one hand.
and I'm going to motion for the not changeling in the group for medical assistance to stabilize this guy.
Yeah. Yeah, because this finding a body when everyone wakes up will sort of ruin the cover story you were aiming for.
We can just get rid of the body afterwards before they wake up.
Yeah, right?
That's what that's what we have the werewolves for, right?
It is what you have the werewolves for. But Joe,
Yes.
it's your turn. I'm assuming Marlena. You
Yes.
do
Listen.
the thing.
There is an argument that can be made. I know a lot of storytellers don't argue against this for a number of very valid reasons, but there is an argument that can be made that once a body is dead, it is an object, and thus you can carry it into the Umbra if you take a short amount of time to dedicate it to yourself.
Or we're
I
changing
don't
so we can just
know
shove it
that
into
any
the hedge.
werewolf would be willing to dedicate someone's corpse.
How, oh really? How dedicated are you to protecting the veil,
I could
Scarlet?
throw it in the hedge if we needed to. That's not what we're doing, though.
I'm just
Look,
saying.
it's not Scarlet's veil breach.
Okay.
I'm just saying, sometimes you need to do what you need to do to protect the veil.
Also, doesn't dedicating something take a while?
It's a ritual. 10 minutes.
So, Joe,
Yes.
what are you up to?
I am going to get
You're at
to
the stairs to the 4th floor.
I'm going to get to the 4th floor.
Okay. So you it takes your entire turn because it's a whole flight of staircase. But you climb your way up to the 4th floor. There are 4 rooms on this floor. This is the smallest floor of the building.
Oh shit!
4 rooms here. They're all bedrooms.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, if there are 4 rooms, that also means that there are 4 lights.
There are indeed 4 bedroom lights.
Yep.
For what it's worth. Guard is going to struggle.
Please don't lose any more blood than you're already losing, sir.
Well, he made 0 successes, so he doesn't.
That reminds me. He had to
Cassandra.
spend a willpower.
I have it's not my turn. I have a question because I have this word that I'm gonna horribly mispronounce. Eidetic.
Eidetic memory.
Yeah, that one. Would there be any way of knowing?
You looked at the floor plan.
From seeing the maps, which one would be?
So you looked at the floor plan. You know that your husband's room is the first room on the left. There are 2 on the left, 2 on the right.
Yep, that's gonna be it then.
Cassandra.
Cassandra is going to. So this thing's happening. Joe is left to go upstairs and is just going to go follow so that one of us is not alone.
Oh yeah, the whole don't go anywhere by yourself in a horror movie thing.
Always take a buddy. Always take a buddy. So then we'll just head upstairs. Like she'll look at Tyr and just look back at the mess that's happening and just thumb back at the stairs and walk towards Joe.
Tyr nods, is like, I'll handle this and then be up there. Okay. And then that'll be Tyr. So he's going to roll dexterity and medicine. One. Okay. So with 2 successes, Tyr manages to apply enough of a tourniquet that this man will not bleed out, but they probably should be taken to a hospital at some point.
Doesn't that also fuck our cover story?
That depends.
On
a lot of things. On what this man can either A, be convinced of, or B, magicked into, or C, drugged with.
Ooh.
But it is Tyr's duty to try and prevent random innocent humans from being killed in supernatural shenanigans. Not that this guy is supremely innocent, but he is just a security guard.
Yeah.
It's not like a private military.
Look, man, it's a paycheck.
Jackson has thoughts on this.
Like this is not the same level of security as the security that was around
no,
Fetch's house.
Absolutely not. Still.
But Frisian, it's your turn.
Well, they patched up the bleeding, so I'm not gonna.
So as Tyr is stopping this person from bleeding out, he looks back up at you and is like, could you and he makes a closed fist gesture.
Close his fist.
He's trying to gesture, could you knock this person out for me?
Oh, sure. Punches him in the skull.
Yeah. Roll strength and brawl. I just want to see the result of this, and then we will end for the session. You only had 2 health levels left.
Fortunately, this isn't claw, so it's not aggravated.
Yeah, this is just brawling damage. So with
It's just a concussion.
yeah, so you clock this guy in the face, and he goes down. And as he falls unconscious, and Tyr sees about keeping this person alive without alerting anything further, and as the rest of you make your way up the stairs, that's where we're going to end for the week.
Cool.
Say goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.